Welcome to the garden. Today we're going to begin planting our flowers, and in total I'm going to plant 100,000 flower seeds. Each one of these boxes contains 5,000 seeds, and last year I did 2 of these for a total of 10,000 seeds. Now we may not have gotten 10,000 plants per se, but we certainly got 10,000 flowers. And I saved all of last year's seeds, at least the ones that didn't self-sow. So we have poppies and pink cosmos, English marigolds, cornflower. Each box here with 5,000 seeds covers about 100 square feet. These can be planted in containers as well as directly in the ground. There's a lot of filler in here. Sowing individual seeds is a little tedious, and they can come up in big clusters. So this filler will actually help spread them out. We're not actually going to bury these seeds. We're just going to sprinkle them over the top. Another benefit to that filler is you can really see where you're going to plant them. A lot of seeds are really tiny and dark, so they blend in with the soil. But you can tell that we just have a beautiful coverage of this entire container. Anything that's not this kind of weird looking filler stuff is probably a seed. I'm just gonna spread them out a little bit by hand. Then without actually digging them in, we're just gonna press them into the soil. Now we'll just gently water these in, and we'll keep them moist for the next couple weeks. Now we'll plant some out using the recommended method on the packet. This is great for really open, sunny areas. First, I'm just going to clear the area of leaves and debris. We're just going to rake over the first inch or 2 of soil. This really lightens up a heavy soil. This will prepare those seeds to be pressed into the soil where they can really come in contact with moisture. But it's also going to leave lots of free space for those new roots. And just this little tiny area is about 10 square feet. So we've raked over our soil. Now we're going to scatter our seeds. I recommend just a light coating, but you can really scatter them on as thick as you like. So I'm using my soft-soled shoes. You could even go barefoot. All we're doing is pressing them in so that the soil can wrap around the seed. That'll keep them moist, and it'll germinate them in a couple days. So now I'll water these in, just gently, so we don't wash the seeds out. So you can see the water is kind of pushing them around a little bit. This method is really great for flat areas. But most of my garden is sloped and already has perennials. You can see our crocus down here in the front, and then I have some blue bugle, some daylilies, blackberry lilies, a few daffodils, and a couple other flowers here and there. So we're going to plant these using my own method, which involves sprinkling on the seeds and then just dusting them with compost. I'm using all 3 boxes side by side, so I get an even mix of flowers. This surrounds the seeds with soil in much the same way as just pressing them in, without actually disturbing what's already here. We're not really trying to coat them, we're just trying to fill the gaps in between the seeds. Now we can lightly press them down, just like before. And this is a really great way to do flowers in perennial beds. These are really great mixes, but now I'm gonna go through and plant individual species like poppy, cornflower, red flax, rose mallow, all the ones that I collected myself last year. So I'm just going to take a handful of our poppy seeds here, and just scatter them a few feet back. The actual seeds are tiny, but just look at how many we have. Just on my finger here, I bet we have 50 seeds. So if you think about how many are in this little handful, there are probably thousands of these. It's really incredible. And I'm gonna sow most of these in the flower garden. I'm gonna have fun with this and do my own little mini mixes. So I'll mix up some pink cosmos here. I have tons of cornflower, which is this beautiful blue flower. I'll toss in a few thick seed. My red flax. Sometimes I'll draw a little image of the flower just so I remember what it is. I'll toss in a few neon pinks. So I bet we've got another 2,000 seeds just in my hands right now. It's really important to keep these well watered until they germinate. But we want to keep a really close eye on the weather, and if there's ever going to be rain, I'm going to mulch over these with shredded leaves. So I'll take about a handful of dry leaves and shred them just to coat the soil as a nice layer of mulch. I'm gonna hold off on mulching these right away so that they can get direct contact with the sun. Some of the seeds actually need that direct contact, and all the seeds are gonna benefit from warming up on that rich, dark soil. But as soon as I get a whiff of rain, I'm going to come in here and mulch the entire garden with dried leaves. Depending on your slope, you might need a larger grade mulch. You can use wood chips, and the seedlings can actually push their way through. I really like shredded leaves because it allows plenty of sunlight to those new seedlings, but it protects from erosion. It also protects them from those cold nighttime temps, just in case we get a late frost. These packets are only $1 a piece, so including the 2 I bought last year, all these seeds only cost $5, and that's pretty incredible. And with a guaranteed 15,000 seeds from these 3 boxes, and easily twice that from my own collection, we're probably close to halfway to sowing out 100,000 flower seeds. So next time I'm going to be planting out a whole different set of flowers and some bird seeds so that we can grow our own sunflowers. So hit that subscribe button if you want to stay tuned for part 2 and all the updates to come on growing 100,000 flower seeds. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.